everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing the Capricorn mid-month reading for November. You can have Capricorn anywhere in your chart. You can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you are here watching this reading, you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Okay, let's see. Also, I do offer personal readings. You can find information for that below or in my About section. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Peach on Earth Tarot. Okay, so Capricorn, as I was getting into your energy, I got some interesting messages. It was almost like I was sitting there having a conversation with you for part of it. And so as I was getting into your energy, they were pointing out the letter R. And so maybe that is something that can pertain to you. But they specifically said, and this is just like confirmation for someone that's going to watch this, but they said specifically that you have, or someone that you are dealing with has 5 R's in their full name. So if that's you or someone that you're connecting with, then that is just a confirmation for one or so of you. Now they said, are you ready? Are you ready, Capricorn? And they said, you know who this is and what this is about. And that you need to trust your intuition because you've got it. You've got it. You've got the intuition. Hang on. Oh, they pointed out that quote from Tyrion from Game of Thrones, how he says, I drink and I know things. They pointed out, like, that's Capricorn. It's I blank, whatever you do, and you know things. That's like them pointing out your intuition. Like, you are and you know. And then they said that you're doubting yourself totally unnecessarily. Because you already know the answer, but you're doubting yourself for some reason. Okay, now let's go ahead and get 1 or 2 archetype cards for Capricorn for mid-month November. 1 or 2 archetype cards. Okay, we have Child Orphan, and then Pioneer on the bottom. So hang on a second. Pioneer, compulsive need to keep moving on. Light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Okay. Shadow attributes of the child orphan, feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Huh, that's interesting. Light attributes, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. So, Capricorn, I'm seeing that you, and again, this could be you or another person, but I'm just going to read it as this is the Capricorn, okay? But do you see how he's sitting on this moon or this planet or whatever? And he does have that infinite knowledge, especially with this light bulb imagery here with this pioneer. But you might have some abandonment issues with this, being the orphan card. And you seek comfort in places where you know you won't find it. Because going on the path that you know that you're called to, that you know that you're supposed to be on, it is like here you're sitting by yourself, and then it's almost like here it has to be like electrifying. You have to feel that vulnerability in order to jump to the next phase of things. Conquering fear of surviving. And like, yeah, it's almost like with that orphan energy, it's like you do probably feel the need to always be surviving, but you need to know that you don't have to survive, you just have to live. Because there's something you're supposed to be creating. And I love the imagery here of this light bulb and then this heart in the middle. It's almost like you have to go through that uncomfortable sensation, that electrifying sensation of doing something that you know you're supposed to be doing, even though it's so terrifying. And then in the middle, it's just like you begin to just feel love and emanate love. Oh, I kind of want to keep this pioneer out here just because it's an important reminder. Now, companion is under that. I mean, you could be dealing with another person, but we're not going to focus too much on that. We're going to go ahead and get some cards for this beautiful energy. Remember, you do and you know things. You do, blank, and you know things. You know, and also you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know, I'm kind of seeing that light bulb imagery as like another planet, like the one that they're looking at. Like, you know that you need to be there, so let's move it like this. And there's steps along the way, you know, with the planets. There's steps along the way to get there, but that is what's guiding you, that guiding light there. Okay. Capricorn. Let's clarify this energy for Capricorn, please. This orphan / pioneer energy for Capricorn, please. Temperance. And that's interesting because the moon's on the bottom. It's that water and earth energy, right? Like, she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. So she knows the emotional, the vulnerable state, and then she knows the solid, grounded state. She understands both. And then she does have the alchemical symbol for fire on her shirt there. So water, earth, fire. I don't know if maybe you have that strongly in your chart. They're just pointing those 3 elements out to me. Okay. Let's keep going. What else for this energy for Capricorn mid-month November, please? This orphan pioneer. Okay. I really love this 9 of Wands because to me, you know, 9 of Wands represents like a wounded warrior type energy. But to me, it's like she's getting stronger. She's going from the dark to the light. She's getting stronger with each passing like moon phase there. And then you have 2 full moons here. 2 full moons. And the 10 of Swords is like the end of that painful cycle, right? And in this specific 10 of Swords, it's Medusa on the card. I don't know if you know much about Medusa's story, But, what happened to her was very unfair and unjust. With that orphan energy, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like there was something that happened in your life that was really, really unfair. But you're coming out of it with this Knight of Wands, and how I see it, going from the dark to the light. That's kind of what this is. It's like going, because this is like a darker energy over here. Even though the planet is white and blue, it's just the energy is darker. And here there's a light emanating from it. So it's almost like you're being allowed to like shed this abandonment energy and go and just be you. Okay, they want me to keep going with the... What else for Capricorn regarding this orphan pioneer energy? I really feel like they're kind of saying that this is the orphan, and the next card is going to be for the pioneer, and then the Temperance is just, it's how you kind of, because this isn't ever going to go away. If you have abandonment problems, it's not ever going to go away. It is a part of who you are, right? But it can be healed. It can be, you can embrace that aspect of you. Like, what was it about however you felt abandoned? What was it that made you the best version of yourself that you are today? Like, how can you use it to become the best version of yourself, to turn it into this pioneering energy? With this, that's interesting, because the orphan, it's sometimes our abandonment issues can cause us to also abandon people or things. And the shadow attribute is compulsive need to keep moving on. And so it's kind of like being able to go from that dark to the light with the Nine of Wands that was on the bottom. Where you can take that shadow aspect of your personality and just embrace it with open arms, and then it can turn to the light attribute, which is passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. It leads you to on this path of you're where you're supposed to go. Okay. Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's like the cup runneth over, right? That with that getting through that vulnerability, the part that's scary, it's electrifying, and that feeling can be really, really intimidating. But inside is love, and the Ace of Cups is love. And you have the Magician here, which is about manifestation, and I see all these planets too. Like this person's on the planet, and this is the planet. You're finding the path to this fulfillment here. You're finding and even that is like the moon to me. And I'm hearing this, and I'm seeing this infinity really strongly. And this person is not on Earth. Earth is right there. You can see Africa, right? And Asia right there. Or Asia, Europe. And so it's like your destiny, I guess. I know not everybody believes in destiny, but it's almost just like highlighting your natural abilities and your natural state, that intuitive ability. Okay, I'm gonna get one more. Interesting. So we have the King of Swords. That's almost how you have to move through life from now on. It's like, it's not that you're cold, and because you have the Fool here too, which is nice because we are talking about going from the dark to the light, and there's moons, and you can't tell if that's a moon or a sun. It feels like a setting sun, but here there's a sun. So it's like the dark to the light, okay? But we have the Fool energy on the bottom with the King of Swords. That's a good, to me, it's a good pairing because it's almost like it's not that you're cold and detached. It's that you just know exactly what it is you want and you're willing to move forward. Like with that Fool energy, you're moving, you're ready, but you have a strong compass. You just have an intuitive ability that you are following, and it's like you can't go wrong if you follow your intuition. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward reading. Let's kind of see, I guess we'll see where you're headed, maybe? I don't know. Just play around a little bit. If that's the end of your story, then that's the end of your story. If you want a little bit more confirmation, we can get a little bit more confirmation. Do I want to use these, the Raven's Prophecy? Okay, no. I don't want to use the Morgan Greer. You know, I picked out the Raven's Prophecy tarot because it is Scorpio season, but I don't know, like my brain is kind of like jumping ahead and using a little bit more like, I don't know, it's like more of a Sagittarian energy. So I don't know if I'm personally feeling the Sagittarius energy strongly or if there's something that's going on planetarily around Sagittarius season. But I am getting that sense. So late November, December. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at I mean, how much time do we have? Yeah, let's look at Temperance for Capricorn, mid-month November. For the Temperance, please. Yeah, okay. 8 of Wands, incoming messages, fast movement. And then with this 4 of Cups on the bottom, I'm honestly seeing that it's like you're finally seeing something. You're okay. You're finally seeing how this wounding, this orphan energy, can help you. What you can do to change it from a shadow attribute to a light attribute, which a light attribute is independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving member, and learning to live. Conquering the fear of surviving and learning to live instead of just surviving. That's how you're gonna, you're learning to see. And it's not that you even have to like I said, it's still a part of you. That wounding is still a part of you. It's just embracing it instead of letting it be, instead of being the victim, it's embracing it. Like that Medusa energy, like she was a victim, right? But she didn't have a choice but to embrace who she was now. She was the the snake-headed monster that turned men into stone. And she had to embrace it. She had to be that. And you know, and so she was really secluded because they're saying like about independence based on learning to go it alone, where she knew that in order to um, be who she was, she did have to be a little bit more secluded, right? But it's not necessarily that you have to be secluded, but it's just embracing who you are. Like you might be a bit of a homebody or something like that. I don't know why that's coming through all of a sudden. But let's look at this Ten of Swords, please, for Capricorn. Ten of Swords. Death. Yes. Yeah, it's transfer. And look, the World card. Look at that. It's just, you're changing it. It is completely 100% changing from shadow to light. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. What's this Ace of Cups for Capricorn, please? Ace of Cups for Capricorn. Okay, so we did have two come out there. So Four of Wands, which is like really creating that strong foundation, like emotional stability. And it's going to change things forever. Okay, I'm going to put them like this because I already feel like you're healing. Like it is currently healing because that's what the Four of Swords is about. And so you have two fours. But that's what Four of Swords is about. It's about healing. Because this isn't a death process isn't an easy thing to do. Like we know that we need to heal. We know we need to change things. We know we need to stop looking at things in a negative light and start looking at them in a positive light. And when we decide to do it, it's really, really hard. And after you decide to do it, after you start going through it, it takes a lot of healing, but it's changing for you. It is literally changing from like the Four of Swords to the Four of Wands. Like you've done the work, you've done the healing, and change comes. And this is the change. This Four of Wands is the change. It's where you are, this King of Swords. Just knowing who you are and what you're doing, and it's just really beautiful. Okay, let's see. King of Swords. Let's clarify the King of Swords for Capricorn, mid-month November, please. King of Swords. Okay, that's so interesting because we have the Hermit, and I was talking about that Hermit energy. Like, I don't know why that all of a sudden came up, but it's almost like I feel like you think that if you want to be this person, if you want to act exactly as how you want to act, that you have to be secluded. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's really not, if that's where you like being. Just as long as it's not to your detriment, okay? Because there are people out there that you can resonate with. It doesn't have to be just like me versus the world, okay? There are people out there that you can resonate with. You are probably really selective, and that's perfectly fine. Sorry, it's looking crooked, and anyway. So it's okay to be this man. Or, you know, I'm just saying man because there's two men in these pictures. But don't let it be, like, still let people in, but you'll know who to let in and who not to let in. And it might be a very, very small group of people, and that's perfectly healthy and fine. But we do have, with this Hermit, we do have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. So, like, I feel like that's a little bit of a warning. Like, don't let it become where it's like you against the world, because that's where you already are, okay? You don't repeat the cycle. Keep healing, keep living in those scary bits, okay? Now, we'll go ahead and get advice from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Yeah, it's like you're being called to not repeat the cycle, to not just like turn the wheel and like start over again. It's like turn the wheel and like fly off the edge, right? Like be that fool energy, okay? Now, what is the advice for Capricorn for mid-month November, please? What's the advice for Capricorn regarding this reading? Capricorn mid-month November, what is the advice for Capricorn, please? Advice for Capricorn, please. Advice for Capricorn, please. I like that. So we have acceptance, which I do. That's like accepting this negative thing about our lives, right? Accept what has transpired because you can't change it. You have to just accept it, okay? Now we have Ascended Master Mary Magdalene and Aqua Aura Quartz. Divine Alchemy. Can you see right there? Yeah. Let me get the book here. I opened right to it, you guys. It was like right there when I opened it. Okay. We bring you the blessing of divine alchemy. And I did find it interesting that this card was touching this temperance card when it came out, because temperance to me is like alchemy, right? You're blending, you're tempering these two elements together. So okay, we bring you the blessing of divine alchemy. Divine alchemy is the art of transmutation, that light to or dark to light, right? You're transmuting that dark energy into light energy. And I like that we have this light bulb energy here too. The application of spiritual consciousness to physical form, so profound that an entirely new form evolves. Yeah, it is. You're evolving. You're changing from one form, the orphan abandonment form, to the pioneer. You're transmuting that dark energy to a light energy. I love it. It is irreversible change. It is the coal transformed into the diamond. A diamond can never go back to being coal, right? It's always going to be a diamond after it's under that intense pressure. The lead of sleeping matter awakened into the radiant gold of consciousness. Successful alchemical transformation requires patience, courage, and a belief in the power of spirit above all else. The radical and permanent transformation effected by divine alchemy may seem miraculous to the outside viewing the changed form, yet the alchemist knows that when spiritual consciousness meets physical matter, the world will never be the same again. So to me, with the radical and permanent transformation affected by divine alchemy may seem miraculous to the outsider. I even feel like you are the outsider in that situation. Not just other people, but you as well. It seems like it would take a miracle to turn this Ten of Swords into an Ace of Cups. It seems like it would take a miracle. But so be it. If it's a miracle, it's a miracle because it's happening, okay? It is happening. Okay, let's see. Healing process. May that which has become damaged be repaired. May all divine alchemists that serve unconditional love be empowered, supported, sustained, inspired, and motivated. I'm going to read those again. May that which has become damaged be repaired. May all divine alchemists that serve unconditional love be empowered, supported, sustained, inspired, and motivated. May that which has become damaged be repaired. May all divine alchemists that serve unconditional love be empowered, supported, sustained, inspired, and motivated. I choose of my own free will and through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to release any doubt or fear of my ability to know and embody higher consciousness. So that's your advice, Capricorn, to just embrace who you know. Or, no, that's not even right. It is the acceptance, right? You accept what you are so you can become who you're supposed to be. Because if we're constantly fighting against who we are, we will never get anywhere. We'll just be sitting there spinning our wheels over and over and over. Because if you don't embrace who you are, you can never move forward. Because you're always trying to change something that can't be changed. So then when you embrace it, it empowers you. So that's your advice, Capricorn. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. If you liked, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank any of you for being here, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.